gotta tell you, my coffee and oatmeal are the only thing that got me out of bed this morning. I'm grateful that I had a reprieve in the rain so I could go get my bear bag and heat up water for my coffee and my oatmeal. Seems like it's kind of starting to want to start up again. My quilt is damp, my tent is saturated, and I'm gonna try to do about 16 miles to a shelter. If it rains today and I'm all wet, I might stop early and have a short day. The rain is so demoralizing. Can't even tell you. It just makes everything more difficult. But I'm grateful that at the moment I myself am dry. I'm grateful that I'm going to get to have this coffee and oatmeal, and if it starts raining, I'll shut the fly and just eat in my tent with the tent closed. This is Rebound signing out. I also wanted to say that I got a disturbing text from Rabbit. She's been hiking south of me trying to get in some miles in her pieced together flip-flop, and then she was going to meet me 30 miles before Waynesboro. Well, she, like me, just woke up yesterday and she was having pain in her foot, shooting pain through her foot, and she said she limped 4 miles to the point at which her husband could pick her up. So she's going to rest a couple of days and see what happens with her foot. It sounds very similar to what was going on with mine. And if it does not get better within a few days, she's going to call it quits for this season. And if her foot feels better, she is going to, I guess, try to meet me at the place we had talked about before. So if you could keep Rabbit in your prayers, I'd sure appreciate it. It's very disappointing news. Is promising. It's supposed to rain until the afternoon, but you never know if those weather apps are true. I think that I'm now hiking along the Blue Ridge Parkway, and periodically they have these pullovers where you can look at the view. If you cannot hike, this would be a nice drive. You could bring along a picnic lunch and have it at these pullouts. I don't know if you can see the pullout. There's a little parking area there where you can look at the view. And back into the woods I go to lose my mind and find my soul. So the trail just dumped me out on the Blue Ridge Parkway. This is where it would be nice if there was a blaze somewhere telling me which way to go. I'm assuming it's going to be that way. And this is where far out really comes in handy, because it will show you whether you're on the trail or not. And you do not have to have internet or cell service for it to do so. I guess it uses satellite, but it is very nice. Looks like the rhododendrons are nearing their end for the season, but aren't they beautiful? I love that color of pink. Peace like a river attendeth my soul. When sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well with my soul. No, as a matter of fact, I am not a singer. I am, in fact, a trumpet player. I do like to sing that song. It comforts me a lot. It was my mother's favorite hymn. If you do some research into the background of that hymn, it's my understanding that the guy who wrote it had just lost his wife and his children when he wrote that song. And it would be worth it for you to look into the history of that song. I need to do it again. It's been a while since I've read it. I don't think this is going to dry, but if I can get it drier, that will be a plus. Whoa, looks like there was a blowdown on the trail, and no one has gotten to it yet. Clean it up. It must be fairly fresh. The leaves are still on it. Wonder if that happened last night. I will do my best to navigate it. This could be tricky because I cannot see the trail. This is about waist high. Oh my goodness. Oh. I don't want to kill myself. You still with me? Glad I saw where that fell. Oh. I'm almost through. Oh, wow. There's a spring under here. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's flowing out there. Whew. That was dangerous. Whoa. Look at that mess. Hello, Rebound here. I did 16.6 miles today. The weather was pretty good today. I had a few sprinkles early in the day, but later the sun actually made an appearance. I was gonna stay at the shelter, especially if it was going to be raining, but it looks like they have taken the rain out of the forecast for tonight. So there was no place to tent there, and I decided to go back about 0.1 miles to a campsite I had seen by the creek, and that's where I am now. My tent was still pretty wet, so I set it up, and it is mostly dry, but it still feels damp in places, and it's very dirty. I really need to make a decision. I've got an old Copper Spur 2 tent at home. It is sort of hanging on by a wing and a prayer. It's been patched a lot, and it's heavier, and the tent poles to this Nemo Hornet are in short segments so that I can put them horizontally in my tent, which I really like. On the Copper Spur, the tent poles will have to go in a side pocket. What happened last night was not good. I don't know where that water came from, but those drops were right up to the top. I don't see where they could have come from unless it was from the rain fly leaking. Yes, you can see the dirt here where it spatters up. It hits the ground and then splatters the mud up. It's possible that it went all the way up here. I don't know, but I've never had a tent that had droplets on the netting. So I don't think that is acceptable. I like staying in my tent. I've been a little frustrated with this tent, not only because of the rain, but also because it's so small. Anyway, I've got a decision to make. Tomorrow is going to be a shorter day. There is an area, I thought it was closed, the last shelter on AWOL. It says that the last shelter before Glasgow is shut down. Far Out doesn't say anything, and from the comments it appears that it was closed due to a wildfire. However, on AWOL Guide there are little pictures of bears in that area, and before it apparently there were some campers that were attacked by a bear. So I think that I am gonna stop short. I will have to call Stanimals to come pick me up when I'm still on the ridge because the cell service is not good down by the road. So it looks like I'm going to be doing about 11.2 miles into Stanimals the day after tomorrow. So that is about all of the news for today. This is Rebound, signing out.